49ers joke, part 4. Okay, so I'm gonna give you some more jokes. Hello, I'm back. I'm just gonna give you something more funny you're gonna like, so here we go. Okay, here's the next one. If the guy from Bruno has a baby 49ers, what would he got arrested? Because O.J. Simpson beat up his wife and he sent it to the civil trial. Well, the more funny how thinking about the O.J. Simpson, he wasn't in the part of the news. I'm like, man, he's all over shock. That is more worse news than Michael Jackson. Because he's all over the people that he's a great football player since like when he played for the Giants or something. People that he played for 49ers for like a few years before he sunk up in the battleship. Can't you see that how he feel? That dude ain't shit. And that's called a part of it wasn't the civil right. But he's part of it in the civil trial because O.J. Simpson, he was just beat up in his wife. And we know it was a joke. This is from the movie Bruno. You know what I mean? And we get it. But it's hilarious. You know? O.J. is a name for the O.J. Simpson, the football player. Can't you get it when every single years of when they show up? This is what happens when you tore it up. Get it? It's hilarious. Okay, here's the next one. What do you call the 2-year-old Jack Reynolds? Hacksaw. Well, anything that can be funnier. What about that guy? Because he's also the guy he played for the 80s or something, you know? Where Joe Montana used to be around. Yep. Okay, here's the next one. What did Harris Barton said about the Snickers if he gets angry? Hey, there's John Candy. Well, if the 49ers fans gets angry too much, if you're trying to overheat them, unless you want to get a win, just look out and see if there's a candy there or get a Snicker. I don't care if you're going to eat them because John Candy is a 49er player. Doesn't matter. Eat them. I'm not going to care what way you're being hungry or something. At least I'm not going to care about that, what it was. You know, just keep it whatever you just said. It's all on you. Okay, next one. What is it the name of the Sonny Bono's gay brother? Steve Bono. Well, the only one funny, how about Steve Bono? He's the only player. He did play in the 80s, but they got so reckless once he just got the goddamn shame about those defensives. But in a part of that type, that guy, he looks like the Sony and Cher who just got married to that crazy guy. Can you believe it if you're going to imagine it, how he's going to have to do it itself? It's crazy. You can just do that like if you're going to do it in the whole day. It could last forever. That's funny. Okay, here's the next one. What did E40 say about the problems between Joe Montana and Steve Young? They need quarterbacking. Well, there was one here when they missed the playoffs when Joe Montana and Steve Young usually communicate each other. They just hate each other. They just don't think of how the contract is gonna keep up with Joe Montana. Because he's been playing there since like 70s, 80s, 90s. Man, can you imagine if you would play like in the year 2000? No. I don't think he played like in the year 2000. He's too old for that shit. Plus, that guy, he ain't no Reggie Miller and no Michael Jordan. He sucks. John Montana, he isn't the legendary. He sucks. Same thing with Steve Young. If 49ers fans can say when they suck, they don't need like one of those to combo like that so if you can get quarterbacking. That's one of the reasons why they could have missed the playoffs. Same thing happened in the 80s before they come back for that Super Bowls. You know what I mean? It's hilarious. You know what I mean? That's all that happens. Okay, here is the next one. Why did Eddie become one of the worst owners? Because he corrupted the Riverboat Casino to break 40 wine babies. 40 whiner babies. Well, like I said before, Haiti Bartolo, I don't think this is a great owner that can take this over, but he's been taking over since the 70s, so I don't think he's a great owner after he won like 5 championships. It's never been greater when you just see it. I hate to see that, but this isn't the good guy how respectful to this guy is, because he's one of the worst owners that you can see. Since when they corporate in the casino, you can't see whatever they do when they do it in Las Vegas. It's a bad idea, my friend. Bad idea. Okay, here's the next joke. What is the Jeff Garcia's favorite magic for gay people? Giovanni Carmazzi. Giovanni Carmazzi. Well, he played for the Lick in the 2000s, but this guy he just making for magic people. And Jeff Garcia is just a football player. I could imagine how 49ers guys cannot like consider themselves. They don't try to hate each other since forever. All this because Jeff Garcia, most of the NFL guys hate them. That's how the reason why 49ers are trying to get so much strength in the 2000s, but didn't happen because they lost the Buccaneers. We have that year when they played against the Super Bowl. You know? It was crazy. It was crazy. And that's all the reason why it does. Okay, here's the next joke. What is the 49ers' favorite pet for the Super Bowl? George Kittle. Well, George Kittle, I could just make a new pet so he can be a baby. So whatever he's born, I can take care of him unless if he's more responsible. And that's all the reason why I just beloved to that guy. Because I imposed to that guy when he was just coming out as a doggy or whatever. Whatever he's just gonna have to suit him himself, I'll just have to suit him. Or else I have to choke him. You never know why. Because he likes to blame shit all the time. And that's the reason why. Okay, here's the next one. What did Steve Mariucci said to Jay York after he got fired? Bummer, I'm going to be a baby. Well, that's how Steve Mariucci feels. That manager, he can't just making good shit. All any time, he was just doesn't seem to how the management worth it feels like, in the 2000s. Nothing's gonna create, nothing's gonna be real, you know? At least it's not that bad unless you're gonna have to keep on bastards to do that stuff. Yeah, that would be disrespectful about the owners of the NFL that can bring up to it. You just can't sue that. Okay, here's the next one. How did Dick Nolan sucks in your vagina? He made a baby named Mike. Well, Mikey's a 49er football player, but it'll be funny if they're just going to have to suck on it in the 70s or 60s, but don't concern them to those guys if they're just going to have to keep after it, but I'm not going to worry about that because I'm just briefing my skills of what those guys are doing. It's just really silly how those 41 babies, they just don't think of how babies can create, because when they're babies, they know that when they have to do it, unless they have to suck on it. Okay, here's the next one. If Metro San Francisco doesn't count for the 49ers stadium, what would you do? Sell the baby team. Well, all you have to do is sell the team. They don't need it like 49ers if they're going to keep it here in Santa Clara. But they could usually say maybe Santa Clara 49ers instead of San Francisco 49ers. Well, I know that team and them really sucking in their franchise because they don't use it at lots of playoffs in the modern time. Because of the contracts lease, it's never been way too good how 49ers is going to keep it there in San Francisco or Santa Clara. That's nothing into real. They need to sell the team. And that's how the reason is, if 49ers can't get a job, then they're going to have to lose their franchise, And that's how much people feel if you're going to have to lose it. You know, if they're gonna have to move to Napa, Sacramento, or Oklahoma, or Utah, they're gonna have to change the logo or something because this is all about the racist logo, kind of that stuff. Gotta remember that. That's how it feels. Okay, here's the next one. What did Donald Trump say to the 49ers organization? Get that son of a bitch out the field. He's fired! Well, that's what the Mr. Trump, what he just said, when he in the president of the United States. If this guy cannot do his own damn job, like Colin Kaepernick, if he does kneel for the national anthem, you gotta remember this. He's been doing this for like a few years before. I don't care what he says. He's making all messed up for what he didn't listen to the presidency, because has to do with the racism and all kind of stuff. This is like in show and tell because without Colin Kaepernick as in a team, they're gonna have to end up dead last in the team. At least this is the worst team ever. You just can't outlast it for 49ers because you know why? Because we don't need Colin Kaepernick. Because he's just being disrespectful how the colors that they come from. Because they just don't need him. Okay, here's the next one. Why did white people got the 49ers mascot? Because they got Sourdough Sam. Well, because sourdough is white. And you get it. Because if they paint it as a Muppet or something, something you can't change, whatever they can, whatever they want to. Because you know why? 49ers are not supposed to become as the Lakers team. You know what I mean? You have to go back to be a Warriors fan. But most of the 49ers fans hate to be more like football about the Warriors because Warriors are not part of the San Francisco sports. Because they were supposed to be like an Oakland sport. But the reason why is the San Francisco sport because they don't use them too much since like during this decade because this has to deal with the racism and the demographics and all that shit. Think about it. Don't be hated on yourself because don't be hated from the other side. If you like the Giants, like the Niners. But if you like the Warriors, well, it has to be 49ers or something, Just don't hate. If you're going to keep anything on this, you're just going to be on the other side, just be on the Lakers forever. That's not going to make a better maturity or maturity to do that. You're just going to have to love the Warriors, Any and the San Francisco sports, like Deltas or any type of teams, And that's it. Or even Santa Cruz Warriors. Don't just hate. Just love it, Like, don't be a 40 wine baby. Just try be nice to all those San Francisco sports, and that's it. So just do what you feel like it happened in the early 10s when Warriors was approach you. Because I'm trying to hear you because I'm a Laker fan. So that's the reason why I'm trying to help you. So just trying to make you something happy. Okay, so the next part is going to be a final one, so don't miss it. So we wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's Odyssey.